Recently, one of my friends asked me a question that I bet you've asked too. The question was this: how do we push through during changing and uncertain times? In my friend's case, some things had changed with his physical health. Some things that we actually loved doing had kind of changed in our community, and we lost something we really loved. He asked this question in the midst of the pandemic where everything is uncertain, from work stuff to health stuff to the economy. And after a while, that stuff weighs on you, and that question becomes so relevant. How do we move forward? How do we keep going? How do we not lose heart and lose hope? I bet even if your situation is different than my friend, you can relate to that. And so much is uncertain, isn't it? Like, things can change so fast. You can be dating someone and then, I don't know, it can fall apart really quickly. You can be married to someone and one day they can say, I'm out. You can be excited about starting a family, but a conception is uncertain. A miscarriage could happen. There's people who struggle with fertility all the time. Right? There's accidents, there's snowstorms, there's job loss, there's cancer, there's anxiety, there's depression, there's death, there's grief. How, in a world like this, where anything can change just like that, do you keep moving forward without losing heart and with a heart full of hope? Well, there is a perfect Bible passage to answer that question. The Apostle Paul, in the book of 2 Corinthians, actually gives a list of all the things that he had been through in his life. So if you would read 2 Corinthians chapter 11, the Apostle Paul lists all of the sufferings that he had endured. Let me give you just a little taste. He says, I've been in prison, been flogged, been exposed to death again and again. 5 times I received from the Jews the 40 lashes minus 1. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was pelted with stones. Well, 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and a day in the open sea. And he's not done. I've been constantly on the move, he says. I've been in danger from rivers, in danger from bandits, in danger from Gentiles, in danger from my fellow Jews, in danger in the city, in danger in the country, in danger at sea, and in danger from false believers. I've labored and toiled, gone without sleep, known hunger, thirst, gone without food. I've been cold and naked. Besides everything else, I face daily the pressure of my concern for all the churches. Who's weak, and I do not feel weak? Who's led into sin, and I do not inwardly burn? In other words, Paul gets it. It's like, yeah, you're having a hard time through the pandemic. He's like, they stoned me. They beat me with rods. I've been flogged, left for dead, shipwrecked, hunted, persecuted. My life is so uncertain. I've experienced so many changes. So how did Paul get through it? There's a beautiful verse just a couple pages earlier. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, Paul said this: we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Like, I love that logic. Paul says, honestly, if I would fix my eyes on the things of this world, on my health, on my job, on the headlines, on my friendships, I would lose heart so fast. I would be so broken over what I've lost or what I could lose. I'd be terrified that the best things in my life might disappear. But that's not what Paul did. Did you catch what he did? We don't lose heart because we fix our eyes not on what is seen and temporary, but what is unseen and eternal. So here's how I would summarize that. If you want to learn how to move forward through hard times, Let me give you two words: expectation and anticipation. All right? Expectation means that you expect that everything in this life is temporary. Right? The things that you can see, they're really good things: family, friends, your health, sports, money, good job. That's all good things, but you just have to expect, hey, this is good, but it's not God. It's not going to last forever. Eventually my ACL is going to go, or my brain's going to forget. I'm going to start hunching. I'm going to start losing muscle mass. I just expect in this world that's going to happen to my body. I expect that the economy is uncertain. I expect that people come into your life and then they leave. I expect that people we love die way before their time. I expect it. I'm going to be sad, but I'm not going to be shocked, because what I see is temporary. And if you have good expectations of earthly things, the loss of them might sadden you, but it won't crush you. So expect like Paul expected. And number two, anticipation. You could catch that in Paul's writings. Like, he had a hard life. He had been through a lot, but he was fixing his eyes on what was eternal, on this incredible glory that would make all of his suffering seem so small. In another verse, Romans chapter 8, maybe one of the best chapters on suffering, Paul said, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And Paul knew that heaven would be so insanely good. Just being with God, gathered around his throne, seeing his loving face, enjoying his forgiveness would be so, so good, and nothing in this world could take that away. How do you push forward through uncertain times? This is the unique Christian hope that allows us not to lose heart. We know where we're going. We know how amazing it's going to be. We know that this world might fall apart in 1,000 ways, but nothing can change or touch or take away the treasure that we have because of Jesus, eternal life in the presence of God. So, expect temporary things to be temporary. Anticipate the glory of the eternal life that you have through Jesus. That's how you push through. That's how Paul did it. And that's how you can too.
Did you enjoy this video? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss a single message. Click right here.